You know that feeling when you finally get something you worked hard for? A raise, a bonus, a number you had circled in your mind for months, and within a few weeks, maybe even a few days, it just stops feeling like enough. Not because something went wrong, not because you became greedy overnight, but because the finish line quietly moved again, and you're already running toward the next one before you even realize the last one had passed. You don't talk about this out loud, because there's no clean way to explain it. And honestly, most people wouldn't understand. They'd tell you to be grateful. They'd say you're never satisfied. They'd hand you a quote about contentment and call it wisdom. But that framing never quite fit, did it? Because you are grateful, and you are capable of contentment. It's just that something underneath keeps pulling. Something that has nothing to do with greed and everything to do with how your mind was wired long before you had any say in the matter. What's actually happening is that your relationship with money, with wanting more of it, needing more of it, never quite settling with it, isn't a character flaw. It's a neurological pattern. And once you understand the mechanics of it, the whole experience starts to make a completely different kind of sense. The brain has a system that researchers sometimes call the wanting system. It lives in a region driven by dopamine, a chemical most people associate with pleasure, but which actually functions more like a signal for anticipation, for pursuit. Dopamine doesn't spike when you get something, it spikes when you're about to get it, when the possibility is open, when the outcome is still uncertain. This is why the chase feels more alive than the arrival. This is why a goal you haven't reached yet holds more psychological energy than one you just achieved. Your brain isn't broken, it's doing exactly what it evolved to do. Keep you moving, keep you reaching, keep you alive. But here's where it gets more personal than pure biology. For many people, that baseline wanting never fully quiets down, and that has roots much earlier than adulthood. If you grew up in an environment where resources felt uncertain, where money came and went unpredictably, where financial stress was a background hum in the house, your nervous system learned something. It learned that stability is temporary, that what you have today can be gone tomorrow. And so the only logical response, the safe response, was to always want more, to always accumulate, not from greed, from memory, from the body's attempt to protect you from a feeling you once knew too well. Even if your circumstances changed completely, the nervous system doesn't automatically update. It keeps running old code. It keeps treating the present moment through the lens of a past that may no longer exist. The wanting isn't irrational. It's a very rational response to a very old experience that your system hasn't been given permission to release yet. It's worth saying clearly, there's no moral hierarchy here. People who feel fully at peace with what they have are not more evolved, more spiritual, or more wise. And people who always want more are not more damaged, more shallow, or more lost. These are different adaptations to different experiences. One is not better than the other. They are just different ways of navigating a world that handed each person a different starting point. Now here is the part that most conversations about this quietly skip over. The constant wanting, the inability to land on enough, often comes with a hidden strength that doesn't get named as such. People wired this way tend to be extraordinarily driven. They build things, they create things. They don't stop when others stop. There's a restlessness in them that, channeled thoughtfully, produces remarkable results. The cost is that they can sometimes be present in their life while being emotionally absent from it. Physically at the table, mentally already at the next one. The pursuit becomes so familiar that stillness starts to feel like something is wrong, when in reality, nothing is wrong at all. Stillness is just unfamiliar. None of this makes you broken. None of this means you are destined to live on a treadmill, perpetually chasing a number that never quite arrives. But wanting makes complete sense given everything that shaped you. And even the restlessness, the inability to fully settle, it came from somewhere real. It protected you or someone you loved at some point. That's worth sitting with for a moment. The part of you that always wants more was trying to keep you safe. If there's one practical shift that tends to create actual change rather than just intellectual awareness, it's this. Begin separating the feeling of wanting from the act of chasing. They are not the same thing. The feeling will come, it almost always does, but you don't have to immediately convert that feeling into a new target, a new number, a new goal. You can let the feeling exist without feeding it. You can notice it, name it, and then ask one quiet question. Is this want coming from desire or from fear?
That single question doesn't eliminate the wanting, but it begins to interrupt the automaticity of it. An interruption over time is where real shifts happen. If any of this felt familiar in a way you didn't quite expect, there's more beneath the surface worth understanding. Because the way you relate to money is rarely just about money. It tends to reflect something much deeper about how you were taught the world works and whether it's safe to stop running.